Good. What's up, guys? It's David here from EGX 2015, and we are with Matt Gambell of Skatanic Studios.
Hey there.
How are you doing, Matt?
Yeah, I'm good. Yourself?
Good, yeah. So we're here with RPG Tycoon.
Yes, yeah.
First of all, though, would you mind telling me a little bit about you and what you do in the game?
Yeah, so I'm the all-round developer.
One-man army.
Yeah, one-man team. It's my game, and I'm here showing it off. And it's a kingdom simulation tycoon game. So I'm put you in control of a fantasy kingdom, and just like all classic tycoon games, the objective is to grow it from nothing to something amazing and a massive money-making machine. And so you do that by hiring heroes and sending them out on quests to work for you, and growing and kind of attracting adventurers from the settlements that your kingdom protects, and then using them to spend more money to grow and expand and tycoon-y goodness.
Yeah. So you've already told a bit about the game there. A question we always like to ask is, describe your game in 10 words or less.
A classic tycoon game with an original twist.
Perfect. Well, I'm not sure if it was perfect. I wasn't counting, but we'll figure that out when we're editing the video. So yeah, RPG Tycoon. There's a lot of Tycoon games coming out recently. Interesting that it's an RPG Tycoon. I've never really seen that type of genre explored in Tycoon games before, kind of seeing the other side of an RPG aspect. Where did that inspiration come from?
So yeah, I mean, you said that there's not a lot. Well, there's been more recently. There's been a few coming out, but I think kind of at the time or over the past few years, there has been a kind of lull in the Tycoon genre, the sim strategy kind of Tycoon management games. And so that's always something that I grew up playing. Like Roller Coaster Tycoon and Theme Hospital, that kind of thing. So that's always been an inspiration to me as a developer, and I was just kind of around one day and I thought about a kingdom management game. I love RPGs, but I wanted something where you manage a fantasy kingdom, right? So I looked for it and nothing really existed. So I decided to kind of jump in and prototype something and shared it among a few people that I knew, and they seemed really interested in it. So I kind of put it online for some feedback, and and then it got kind of greenlit, and I went from there, really.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, you mentioned a few. I grew up playing Theme Hospital and Roller Coaster Tycoon and all that. Love those types of games. And yeah, it's a really nice idea of a game, RPG Tycoon.
Thank you very much,
so, I mean, that's what drew me to this originally. And it plays quite nicely. It's quite a nice, like I previously said, seeing an RPG from a different angle.
Yeah.
You're looking at the town when the hero isn't there, kind of thing, and managing all the different heroes and different aspects of that. Was this game quite challenging to make, trying to kind of make something new but still have something that seems familiar from a different aspect?
Yeah, definitely. Like I've tried really, really hard to make it feel familiar to players that get this genre. And I think today, like I've seen, especially now, I've seen people sit down and they kind of walk past, or they walk past and they just look at it and they go, yeah, I get that, and you can see it and understand how the mechanics work. Obviously there's a couple of new features that make it that kind of RPG elements, such as when you see your heroes on quests and all the combos and things in there. Yeah. So you have to kind of get your head around that a little bit, but most of the kind of building and upgrading and that kind of stuff is very familiar. Yeah, there's a lot of trial and error with that. The feedback on Greenlight on Early Access is where most of that goes. So I kind of try a new feature and then see how the community react to it, and then tweak and polish it based on that. So yeah, I mean it's tough, especially like I said, as a one-man team. I can't get everything right every time. Yeah. But I tend to think really hard about like what I want to do next and how I'm going to fit that with how it's going to work within the mechanics of the gameplay, right? So I try and make everything required to progress, and so nothing kind of should feel out of place. Yeah. Everything should kind of make sense and feel like it should be in there. Yeah.
So you've mentioned adding features, tweaking features. On the website, you have a roadmap of things that you'd like to add to the game. Once that roadmap's done, is that it for the game, or are you going to kind of continue adding till it feels like you've finish the game?
Right, so I've always been a little bit vague about what I want to do. I've never said like specific features that are coming to the game. I've always kind of said more of the same, really, and just kind of expanding it and making it feel finished. Usually that's actually because I kind of play and then I decide on the next update like what I want to add. Yeah. And so for me it's kind of, you can can play the game time for 25 years, right? And for me, I've always said, once you've played that 25 years and the game is over, and you've still kind of felt like there's stuff to do, that's when I feel the game is finished.
Yeah.
And it's really getting there now. You can play 15 to 20, really, and still be doing things. So yeah, like once it's complete, we'll see, and if it sells, then maybe I'll do more. There's a couple of other things on my development plan that I'd like to achieve that maybe are a bit more complex, that maybe I could work with someone else to kind of help do that. But it all kind of depends on how well it's received by everyone.
So I'd imagine as a one-man developer, this is taking up all of your time. You don't have any other kind of things in the work for Skatanic Studios?
No social life. I work on it most of my time, but it's paying off.
So as you're here at EGX, is there anything you have checked out that you liked, or anything you would like to check out?
Yeah, I mean, pretty much everything in the Res area, right? Like, all the indie games are ace.
Yeah.
And I had to go on Battlefront and Just Cause this morning.
Yeah.
I love those sort of games, so that's always fun. But yeah, I mean, like, it's a good year for indies as well. This is huge. It's huge this year.
We were here last year and the year before, and the indie game section is just getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah, which is great. It's,
Absolutely.
It's good that a lot of people are here for AAA, and they come over here and go, oh wait, there's indie games, and and then they kind of realise that some of them are actually really, really, up their alley. So that's nice. So perhaps we're kind of bringing a few gamers over that might not have ever considered indies, and now they get a chance to have a go and kind of realise what's to offer. I think I've always said that something that's great about an indie is that they can take a niche and really apply all of their strengths to that, and turn it into something amazing. That perhaps a AAA studio couldn't do.
Yeah, so, or they might not justify doing it because it's not something that a lot of people already do.
Right, possibly. Yeah. So I think indies have an ability to take a bit more risk, maybe, and I think that's really interesting. And like you just look around here, and there's some really interesting games that are doing things that others just aren't, and it's like wow. So yeah, I think just everything really around here is great.
So you currently got this on early access, as you said, and it's on Steam. Is there any other platforms that you're maybe aiming towards?
No, so it's on PC and Mac, and that's kind of the final.
You're just going to focus on that and make it that as possible.
Like I said, it's just me, so I'd rather just focus on what I've got and go from there.
All right, cool. Well, thank you for chatting about the game.
Excellent. Thanks very much.
Yeah, it's been awesome.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
So that's RPG Tycoon. You can get it on early access right now. So yeah, you should go do that.
Thank you.